All right, we are broadcasting. Welcome this evening to Phil's First Party Webinar, the inaugural Phil's First Party Webinar. We're here with my friend Joseph Hughes. I like to call Mr. Marketing Guru. Welcome. Really grateful for you being here tonight, Joe.
Thank you so much. I am grateful for being guest number one on your new podcast. Very exciting.
Fantastic. So I'm Phil Sanoff. I'm a trial lawyer with Morgan & Morgan's Insurance Recovery Group. People ask me what I do for a living. I say I get property damage insurance claims paid the right way, that is. Morgan & Morgan Insurance Recovery Group has 55 lawyers in 25 states around the country, 25 offices around the country. Any kind of insurance claim you got a problem with it, holler at us. We'll see what we can figure out. Well, Joe, that's what I do for a living. Again, I'm grateful to have you here. We're always going to talk about timely and topical issues in our industry, the insurance restoration industry. I always am afraid I'm going to get it mixed up when I try to say what other folks do. So I'm going to throw it to you now and let you describe, let everyone know just exactly what it is. Again, I always call you Mr. Marketing Guru. I really love saying that. So I'm going to throw it out there a few more times. I'm throwing it to you, man.
Sure. Yeah, you can use whatever term you want. I'm not a fan of the guru thing because no one knows everything, right? And where I'm always learning every day and trying to teach and learn at the same time. So my company, Contractor Dynamics, we started in 2012, and we are a marketing training company specifically for the roofing industry. So there's a lot of sales training companies out there for the roofing industry, and a lot of them are fantastic. We are the only one that focuses on marketing training. So that is training companies in the roofing industry and people in the industry on how to build out their brand and become one of the go-to companies in their local market, in their industry. Yeah, that's what we do. We work with clients in probably 35 or so states of all different sizes, all different size companies. From under $1 million a year to over 100 million a year. Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing it. So excited to be here.
My little friend Chico got excited a minute ago. I think you might have heard that in the background. I know you're worried about your kids. I'm worried about my kid. My only kid I've got at home, Chico.
All right. What's up, Chico?
Well, as I said to you before, Joe, I am really grateful to you. You always take the time when I need help on pumping out some content to try to help folks. You're one of the people that I know I can always count on, particularly now in these last several weeks with what I call the virus chaos. I have seen you really pouring into people and really giving of your time and your talents, your expertise. And so I just want you to know, from my perspective, I'm one of those gratitude is the secret sauce guys. I'm really grateful to all you do for everyone, and particularly helping me get more help to more other folks tonight.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I have done anything to help, that's my pleasure. And likewise, it's been great to get to know you over these past few months. And I think that like attracts like, and we have that abundance mentality and sharing mentality. And yeah, that's why we're here, right?
It's kind of it's funny. You and I have joked about it, and probably take a few moments out of what may be the least interesting part for folks that are listening to this now and later. I recall that for 2 or 3 shows in a row, when we were at different events, different conferences, it seemed like my booth was always next to your booth. And so I knew that I was going to have a good conference because I had Joseph and the Contractor Dynamics right behind whatever my booth was there.
Yeah, that's cool. I think the first one was RoofCon back in Nashville in November. Am I cutting out?
You cut out.
Can you hear me? Testing. Can you hear me, Phil?
Okay, now I can. Yeah. We're gone for a minute there.
All right, I'm sorry. I think the first time we met was at RoofCon back in Nashville in November, and I didn't know you or your firm at the time, and it was interesting that you got up and spoke in front of the room, not about like your profession, but a really inspirational message. And that was really cool. That was really cool to hear and see.
Thank you. Yeah, that was kind of organic that time. Since then, I have started speaking more and more about my story and my purpose to inspire and motivate, encourage. And so thank you for mentioning that and for that being a focus for us. Well, now we better get into the part that we hope folks are going to benefit most from. When I take any witness in trial on direct examination, when I take any witness in trial on cross-examination, everybody knows that I start with three things. I break complex subjects down into three things. Three is a magic number. People remember things in threes. Judges even start talking to me by the time the trial is over. Mr. Sanoff, what are your three things? The juries laugh at me when I get up for my closing. I always tell them, now it's time for me to talk to you about your three things. And so it's no surprise to anybody that's ever seen me in trial or knows my shtick that tonight we're going to talk to you. I'm breaking down your complex subject into 3 points. What are the three things? Let's list them out, and then we'll come back and fill in on them. 3 points that you have worked the most with the last 3 weeks or so, on whether they're your clients or not, your customers or not. I know you've been helping a lot of folks. What are the 3 things that you focus on most with your clientele and your roofing contractors that you help these days?
Sure. Yeah, I love that. The Trinity, the three, everything like that. That makes a lot of sense. Makes it very digestible and hopefully more easy to implement, which is what it's all about. So I will say that these are 3 things that we've been focusing on the past 3 weeks in this situation. However, there are also 3 of the fundamentals that we were training on last year. They're the same 3 things that I'll be probably talking about a year from now. So these are fundamentals of marketing and business from the way that we see it. So number 1 is getting into the right mentality. We call it the marketing mindset. Number 2 would be working your database. That's something that we all have, our database of contacts. And then number 3 would be creating additional awareness in our market or in our industry by leveraging some of the tools available to us like social media.
Great. Okay, we've got them forecast now. We've got them out there. You know, I'm a mindset guy. You get videos in the morning. You've heard me talk at different events. I am a mindset guy. So help me understand how you help your customers and help other folks with working their mindset for the marketing mindset to go forward.
Yeah, sure. So when this whole thing kind of, obviously it's been an organic process developing every day and changing every day and week, and no one really knows what's coming next. But when this whole thing started getting serious, I took a step back, and it was based on conversations I had with others in the industry and from outside the industry as well. And it's kind of like, okay, do we just play victim to, all right, well, business might suffer or people might suffer, or this is too bad this is happening? Or do we use this as an opportunity to step up and to lead and to serve, to lead our families, to lead our teams, to lead our clients, to lead our market, and use it as an opportunity to really double down and dig in and serve as much as we can. So that's been our mentality, and a lot of our clients and a lot of those with whom we align have that similar mentality. It's like, this is an opportunity. I'm an entrepreneur, whether you own a company or whether you're within an organization as an intrapreneur. It's an opportunity to go out and help people, to provide services, to really see what you're made of. And so that's what we're helping. Did you want to jump in there? Oh, looks like you're going to say something.
Yeah,
so that's our thing with clients. Like, okay, there's an opportunity here, and of course, there's a lot of fear and uncertainty out there in the media and on social media. And of course, some of that is warranted. It's a very serious situation. I think we're getting to the point now in various areas in the country where we're all starting to know someone of a friend of a friend or a contact of a contact who has been affected with this situation. So now it is very serious. However, there are still people out there that need our services. There are people that need our marketing services. There are people that need your law firm services. There are people that need roofing services and contracting services. That's why contracting is essential or exempt from the stay-at-home mandates in most states. So realize that you know, you have a responsibility as a roofing contractor, roofing company, to let people know in your market, in your area, that you can still provide services. Because there's going to be people that need your services, like leaky roofs or roofs that have been damaged by storms, maybe last year, and they're coming up on their the time in which they can file a claim to have that covered by insurance and everything like that. And there's also people that might want your services. We were talking about it today on another a webinar with John Dye and friends, that you know, there's people that you have both decision makers home, right? You might have the husband and the wife are actually home, not out traveling around and busy with work and everything like that. So you have a captive audience of people that are able to say, you know what, I'm going to take care of that roof because summer's coming up and I want to get that done. So look at it that way, that you have a responsibility to let people know in your market that you know, you're available and you can still provide these services in a hands-off way, right? Virtually, and doing drone inspections and using various technologies to make sure that you're abiding by those safety regulations and mandates that are out there.
I
So
love
getting
you
into
saying responsibility, because I come back to that. It's one of the things that, you know, we all know so many people. There are going to be certain people, certain days that they're having a difficult day now more than ever. And so one of the things that I say to encourage people is, it is your responsibility to be at your best today. It is your responsibility to help someone else today. They're going to need you on your A game. And so tell everyone about how any challenges you've had on helping people get in that mindset and keep that responsibility of they've got to get out there and help these folks.
some challenges on that. I think it's a new situation to everyone, and you know, what some of our clients have been doing is really focusing on communicating with their teams. Obviously, Zoom has been popular, and FaceTime, things like that, but really gathering their teams together and looking at the situation and saying, okay, like how can we help? How can we just be helpful to the community? How can we get out there, maybe try some new things on video and on social media, as we'll probably dig into. But it's just really like taking a look at it and seeing like, what are the opportunities here? How can we maximize our exposure here, and let as many people know in our market that we're here to serve them and help them.
Are you having that success helping people understand that is a key piece for them about their marketing mindset?
Yes, in most of the things that I'm putting out there on social media and on our email list and things like that, videos and posts, I'm trying to start with that mindset. Like, okay, yes, there is a lot of fear and uncertainty. There are going to be maybe more people, more prospects that say no to you now than in a normal month or normal season. But there are people out there that need our services, and I try to share client stories about, you know, this company is keeping busy because they built their brand, and my friend who moved into our neighborhood is hiring all these contractors because they just moved into a house and they need this work. So
right.
there are people that actually need services. So
wonderful. What I got so caught up in that mindset issue, I've forgotten what the second point is. So what's your second point of your three-pronged approach to help people make the most of their ability to thrive during this time?
Sure. So point number 2 would be working your database, and I'll get into that in a second. But like what's happened, obviously, in most states, probably every state by now, is that door knocking is either not allowed or is frowned upon, where, you know, it could be, you could get in a situation where you're hurting your company's brand or your personal brand or your reputation by knocking on doors.
Being out there. Got it.
Being out there, knocking on someone's door, trying to sell them a roof or windows or whatever you happen to be selling. And canvassing is a big part of many roofing companies out there, smaller ones, larger ones. And so there's been a lot of, okay, well, that was the main channel for generating business. Now what do we do? And often one of the biggest pieces of low-hanging fruit, if you will, is looking at your database. Now, database can be a fancy word, but it simply means the people that are already in your, we call it ecosystem, right? So it's past clients, past prospects, maybe other people in your network like realtors, insurance agents locally, other people that have been, through networking groups and like BNI and things like that, all these people that have already either given you their money or they know who you are. A lot of us have our databases in different areas. They might be in our QuickBooks or our CRM or our phone or email, and it can take several hours or a couple of days to put them all together. But if you have someone, you can hire. Unfortunately, there's people out of work right now, so you can hire a college kid or high school kid to maybe help you organize that, because it's not very exciting work, honestly, putting together that database. But
you've got to be real mindful of all those sources and resources to put it together. So this is a great time to find folks to help with that.
Absolutely, yeah. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that in the hospitality industry that are no longer getting income right now. So it's an opportunity to help someone out that way as well. But yeah, get that database of people, and you can reach out to them via email. There's email tools like ActiveCampaign that you can use. There's text messaging platforms like clicksend.com that you can use. Now, obviously, you want to email and text people that have already given you permission to contact them. You don't want to be spamming people. And then you can also, a little bit more advanced tactic is to take that list of, say, email addresses, say you have 1,000, and upload them into Facebook, Facebook Ads Manager, and you can actually serve those people ads based on your list. So that's a great way to stay in front of people without actually manually reaching out to them. Another thing that just came up in one of our Facebook Lives today is I know a lot of people in this industry use hail tracking software like Hailtrace. And if you're like most of us, we don't use the technology that we have to its fullest benefits. So we just talked to a contractor out in Colorado today who had one of the guys on his team go through Hailtrace, and they picked out, I think, like 7 or 8 leads from that in a couple of days. And they actually found one customer that had already signed a contract with them, and they were just waiting for the roof to be replaced. And the company had completely forgotten about it.
Oh, wow.
So like, oh, wow, this guy actually signed a contract. He's actually ready for production now, and we totally missed it. So there's a lot of opportunity, like
Good time
right there.
to get back on it. Yeah.
Right there, yeah. So work those systems that you have, work that database. Database marketing is key. Again, not only now, but just for a system that should be in your business for forever.
I've seen, but it was a testimonial for you that one of your customers, D&M Roofing, Eric, that we know in Nebraska, was talking about how he just had no idea how much the digital platforms were so involved with the work that they were doing. How have you seen folks react to you now that they have had to come to understand that it's almost like digital and social virtual is the only game in, maybe not the only game in town, but the best game in town, the closest to the only game in town?
Yeah, that's interesting. Eric's a great guy, great company, D&M Roofing in Omaha. Yeah, it's almost, it's like, hey, I've been talking about this for 7 years, and now you're finally paying attention to me. The digital door knocking phrase has become very popular. We haven't been using that phrase for 7 years, but we've been doing that, basically getting, people to contact you. Right. Yeah, I mean, when something's working, such as canvassing, knocking on doors, then people stick to it, right? You stick to what's working. And we have clients that do, 60, 80, $100 million a year with pretty much just knocking on doors, canvassing, like they have that dialed in. And even those companies are having to adjust now, which is good.
This is making us all pivot. Sure.
Yeah. It's ultimately going to be good for their businesses to have that additional channel, because it's not only now during COVID, it's the way that people want to do business, right? It's about making it easy for people to do business with you. And even before this whole thing happened, I was just speaking with a client 2 days ago in Dallas, Fort Worth area. And he's like, yeah, for the past couple of years, and they've been in business 20 something years. He's like, for the past couple of years, the effectiveness of door knocking has really gone down. So,
oh, wow.
So just because there's so many roofers in Dallas, and people don't want to have their doors knocked and all that sort of thing. So, so yeah, it's not only adapting to now, but it's 2020, And so these are systems that successful roofing companies should have in place.
What's the third point? What's the third system that you need folks to make sure they understand to get in place now and for the future to help them thrive?
Sure. So you got your mentality, you got your game, your game face on. Number two is your database. And then, so those are the people that are kind of within your sphere of influence. And if you want to expand that and reach more people that are not in your network, then it's about getting out there on social media. By social media for roofing companies right now, I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Make sure that you have those three set up, all branded correctly and consistently with your company. That consistent look and feel is going to be play a big role in helping you look professional when people are going to check you out and do their research. And then, so make sure you have that foundation, that social media foundation. And then, no surprise, I'm going to recommend getting out there on video. Especially right now, video is something where over 90% of communication is nonverbal. So people can see your body language, they can see your movements, they can see your eyes, they can hear the inflection in your voice. There's so much that goes into that. So if you want to make a connection with your market, the most effective way to do that is by video. So record some videos. It doesn't have to be fancy. Most of the stuff that we do is, on this device right here, everyone's got one. Everyone's got a video studio in their pocket right now, and just share some information that's going to help people in your market make educated decisions. So, maybe it's a storm that happened last week. Maybe it's a storm that happened last May, and they're coming up on that 1-year date. Just give people information that's going to help them make intelligent decisions. Let them know that you're there to provide services and do that consistently. So put out video content. If you're an owner, great. Have your sales reps do it as well. You can have kind of an army out there all talking about the same thing and building their brands and building your company's brand. And then to take that a step further, you can run ads in Facebook and Instagram. I know it's kind of daunting to a lot of people to try to do it themselves, but once you understand the mechanics of how it works, it's really empowering to be able to run your own ad campaigns and get your content out there to literally tens of thousands of people in your local area with a relatively modest budget. So
and you just took me to a place that I wanted to take you. So let's say that I'm a roofing contractor. I'm in pretty good shape. I've made it so far. I've survived these few weeks of the virus chaos. I've got my mindset. I've got a market. I've got my database set. I know who's in my sphere of influence. Mm-hmm. I don't know a thing and don't want to deal with making these short videos and figuring out how to put them out on social media. Who do I go to for that?
Well, the first thing is you've got to accept, if you're watching this right now, you don't have to be the person to do it, but someone in your company should. So we've got, clients that are, and I'll get to that in a second, that the owner's getting on video as the face of the company. We've got other clients where the owner is nowhere to be seen. It's more the team that's front and center, or a couple of the salespeople that are, they're comfortable being on video.
So and they can get Contractor Dynamics to help them with that.
Yes.
That's where I'm going.
I know. I don't like to pitch or anything like that, but no, I mean, we do want to help. We have a responsibility to help our industry. So we do have a couple training programs and a pro community where you can get your questions answered by us. We have kind of step-by-step marketing boot camp, if you will, to take you from, step zero if you don't know anything. And we have a couple clients that just signed up with us last week who didn't even have Facebook accounts, but they know they need to be doing this, especially right now. So we'll take you from step zero or negative, if you don't know anything, to, all the way through to be able to do your own videos and run your own ad campaigns and, get on more roofs, and also to be able to recruit top quality talent in your market.
I knew you weren't going to pitch it, Joe, because that's not what you're about when you're doing these things to help folks. So I had to kind of push your pitch a little bit to fill in there for us.
Yeah.
We're about 25 minutes in. I'm looking down to see. I don't see any questions at the moment. We've got just a few more minutes. One thing that I forgot to ask you when we started, Joe, is how did you come to focus on roofing contractors as the marketing platform that you seek to help?
Yeah, good question. I'll kind of go through this quickly. I grew up in my family's commercial construction business here in New Jersey and up in New York, sixth generation family business. So I know we probably have a lot of family businesses listening to this. Great experience, learned a ton, very grateful for that. Got to work with my dad and my uncles and my cousins for years. I left in 2012. I left Hughes Marine Firms in 2012 because I just had the entrepreneurial bug and I wanted to do something of my own. And I left on good terms. I know not many people leave family businesses on good terms. And because I had the construction background, it was kind of in my blood. I've been doing it since I was 14. And I have a business degree and a very keen interest in marketing. I figured, and I saw the gap there. I saw the need for marketing in the construction industry. We started Contractor Dynamics, and for about 5 or 6 years, worked with various companies in the construction industry. And a few years ago, we got some really good clients in the roofing industry who introduced us to more, started speaking at a couple of events and doing some content specifically for the roofing industry. And I'm a big fan of focus. So we said, you know what? The construction industry is gigantic. We'd rather be able to focus on one segment so we can provide more value. And when it comes to marketing, like our clients, love what we do. Most of them love what we do because we can take something that's working for a roofing company in Omaha and we can bring it to our client in Orlando and say, hey, why don't you try this? And so we have all this data from working with hundreds of roofing companies that we have a good idea of what works and what doesn't. And that enables us to ultimately provide more value to the industry. And one of the kind of side notes to that is a lot of the clients that we have and a lot of folks that we kind of associate with are around my age, around 40-ish, and have kids and are growing businesses and growing families. And on a personal level, I like that because we're in very similar life situations, and it just helps us connect to our clients and build friendships and that go beyond just working together. So we made that switch a couple years ago, and it's been awesome.
And the like attracts like. I got that phrase. You use it a lot. Like attracts like. That's
yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm very grateful to you, Joe, for getting on here tonight. We're coming up on 30 minutes, and I promised you that was what we would try to keep it at. Again, I don't see any questions at this point, but folks are going to hear this later. Folks are going to see this later. Folks are going to say, how in the world? They're going to see the Contractor Dynamics on your shirt. But what's the best way for folks to contact you when they need to engage your services to really get the best help they can get from you?
Just throw a .com at the end of that. I know it's long, but contractordynamics.com. You can go there and you can check out what we have going on. We have some free training videos on there. And if you go there, you will see what retargeting looks like, because once you visit our website, you'll start to see ads from us on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll be everywhere. And we can help you. We can help you do the same to your customers, to your market as well. So contractordynamics.com, you'll see everything there.
That is great. Joseph Hughes, Mr. Marketing. I know you don't like the guru word. I'm just going to stop at Mr. Marketing.
All
Mr.
right,
Marketing,
I'll take it.
Joseph Hughes, Contractor Dynamics. Really grateful to you for being here on the inaugural Phil's First Party webinar. Grateful to all of you who are either here tonight or going to see and hear this later on. We're going to get through this. We're going to come out better on the other side. God bless y'all. God bless you, Joe. I'm grateful to you. I look forward, when it all comes together and gets out of here, I look forward to coming up and seeing you. We'll see you on the road, whatever shows we get to.
Absolutely, Phil. My pleasure. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate it, and look forward to interacting some more over these next few weeks.
All right. We'll get it, brother. We'll get it. Good night.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.